All right, guys, we're going to do problem number 1 in the new unit. So find the distance from A to B, slope from A to B, midpoint of A to B, equation of the line passing through points A and B. Let's figure out what these points are. Point B is 1, -1. And A is -2, -2. All right, so let's do these different formulas. Distance formula first. Distance equals square root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. -2 minus 1 is -3. -3 squared is +9. -2 minus a -1 would be like -2 plus 1, which would just be -1. -1 squared is a +1. So we get the square root of 10 is the distance. I'm going to leave it like this for now. You could work the square root of 10 out on your calculator, or you can leave it like that. I'm actually fine with square roots. Find the slope from A to B. Slope, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. -2 minus a -1 would be -2 plus 1, which would be -1. -2 minus 1 would be -3. The negatives would cancel, giving me 1/3. That is the slope. The midpoint from A to B, x2 plus x1 divided by 2. y2 plus y1 divided by 2. -2 plus 1 would be -1, so -1/2. -2 plus a -1 would be -3. -3 over 2, -3/2. There's the midpoint. And the final thing, we'll do the equation of the line. So to do the equation line, we start the equation with what we do know. I do know the slope is 1/3. Y equals mx plus b. And we're going to plug in one of the points to find b. I'm going to use this first point, 1, -1. So the y is -1. The x is 1. 1/3 times 1 is 1/3. Subtract 1/3 from both sides. And -1 minus 1/3 would be like, well, they're both negative, so we're technically adding them together. -1 minus 1/3 would be -1 1/3, or you could say -4/3, because 3/3 plus another third, 4/3. -1 1/3 is b, so now we can write our equation. Y equals m x plus b minus a -1 1/3. So there is the equation of the line, and that's problem number 1 in our new packet.